What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to Rebuilding Everton. Today we have two games in the championship against Hull City and Cardiff. Hull City are currently second in the league. Cardiff are 15th, which is pretty good for a team that has the lowest wage spend in the entire league. They are only 3 points off of bottom, though, so yeah, I think that's a little bit misleading. There's a lot of teams a lot of teams playing decently well in this league. There's no bottom feeders, really. Everyone's gotten a decent number of points so far. So going to be close between 12th and bottom. It's within 4 points. So that's kind of ridiculous. But it's still early on in the season. In terms of how we've been playing, it's been up and down. We started off really poorly. I'm just going to show it. We lost to a League 2 team. We lost to Rotherham in the EFL Cup. It was awful. It was a terrible performance. Rotherham deserved to win that game in normal time. They were the better team. It was unbelievable. We literally weren't creating anything. We smashed other championship teams, but we just couldn't do anything against this League 2 Rotherham. We were so bad. We got a 95th minute equalizer just to get it to penalties. It was one of the worst performances I've ever seen. I could not believe it. And when he got to penalties, Kai, of course, missed the first penalty. He's supposed to be our best penalty taker. He missed the first penalty. They scored every single one of theirs. So they won on penalties. We rotated a little bit. Our backup goalkeeper played. Monroe played at right back. Schuhen came in at center back. McFarlane came in. Zigrovic and Niangabo played in the midfield. Quintaro on the right. Prez was a starter at that point on the left-hand side, so he was a starter. Kai was a starter. We brought in some good players in Miniconi and Peter McCall, so there was no excuse for losing that match, though. We should have been able to smash them with the team that was out there. We then played West Brom, and we didn't play much better. We drew 1-1. I mean, we played better. I want you to look at these chances. We had 12 shots on target. Yeah. 17 shots, 12 shots on target, and we scored 1 goal. It was pretty bad. Kai, I'm still not sold on him. He scored a decent number of goals. I think he has 5 goals so far, but he's just missing so many chances. It's unbelievable how many chances he misses. We then played Newcastle, beat them 2-0. We love a 2-0. 2 goals in the first 5 minutes, and that did nothing the rest of the game. Alexander Douglas and Carlos Miniconi came in, did well. Miniconi has become a starter for me, as well as Benjamin Zigrovic. They have 2 players who didn't start out as starters when I started this series, but they have played their way into a starting role. Miniconi has been absolutely fantastic. Zigrovic has been our best player. So that kind of came out of nowhere, especially because Zigrovic is really upset because we're not letting him leave. But he's playing well, which is not 2 things you really see happening at the same time. Then played Sheffield United on TV, beat them 3-0. It looked like it was going to be another 2-0 after 2 goals in the first 10 minutes. Then an 88th minute goal to get it to 3-0. Comfortable victory. We played really well. Zigrovic with an 8.1. He's just been so good. Then Charlton, we beat them 2-1, but it really wasn't that close. They got a 75th minute goal to bring it back, but they probably didn't deserve. Did they even have 1 XG? They had 0.5 XG. We had 20 shots. They had 4. Maybe they deserved a goal, but just barely. So, again, dominated them pretty much. Portsmouth, we beat 2-0, of course. Another 2-0. Kai getting a goal. Alexander Douglas has also been very good. He got a goal. He's tied with Kai for our leading goal scorer. So, I've been very impressed with him. We then beat Coventry 4-0. We rotated the squad quite a bit, and they played amazingly. Ramon with 2 goals. Balo, who came in for Kai, got 2 goals. He looked really good. That was his first start. That's his first start in any sort of game for me. So he came in and looked really. I was kind of cautious about playing him because I wasn't sure how good he'd be, but he came in and destroyed Coventry. So today you have Hull City, who are second in the league, and Cardiff, who have the lowest wage spend. We have the highest wage spend. So that's going to be an interesting matchup. We should smash them, but who knows? We should have smashed Rotherham. But let's get into this Hull City game. The squad I'm going with is this one. The defense is kind of to be expected. What I've settled upon is our strongest defense. Ferreira's going to have to come in because Lesniak has a terrible injury. He's out 3 to 7 more weeks. He was out 2 months with a hip injury. So he got a bad hip injury. McCall got an injury. He's out for 2 to 4 weeks. Twisted ankle. So Miniconi comes in. He's going to be the starter at left wing anyways. Jorge Perez had an injury, but he's back. But Carlos Miniconi is the starter right now. I can't take him off the pitch. He's playing too well. I had a tough decision between Kai and Fuseni, but I went with Kai. If he struggles to perform at the start of this game and he misses a bunch of chances, I'll quickly bring in Balo. So I know I can trust Balo now, so he's going to be quick to be pulled if he doesn't perform. Zigrovic and Diop seems to be our best midfield partnership right now. Diop hasn't been amazing, 6.88 in his last 5, but he's been fine. He's not as good as I'd hoped. I was hoping to be like the best player at the club, but he's been the worst in terms of average rating for all of our starters. So that's not ideal. Then Douglas, Miniconi, Watkins, and that's our strongest squad right now that we can put together. Lesniak probably would be in there for our strongest squad, even though Ferrer's played pretty well. But other than that, I think that's our strongest squad. Let's get into this game. See if we can beat Hull City. It's going to be very tough. I'm going to say this is a great opportunity to show all the pundits they've been right to back you up. Always works. Though Veridiano is nervous. Sousa hasn't responded. Neither has Kai or Alexander. But tell them I have faith. Almost everyone but Paolo has responded. Paolo's been playing really well too. I've been very happy with that signing. The Kai signing I've been kind of so-so on because he just misses so many chances, but Paolo's been almost unbeatable so far. He had like one bad game, and he didn't even have a terrible rating. He just was kind of at fault for one of the goals. So even though I don't think it credited him to be at his fault, but he missed a header that he should have won that led to their goal. So I felt like he was the responsible party, but looks like Hull have gotten off to the better start. They have the corner and they hit the crossbar from a corner. Come very close. They've had all of the chances so far. We haven't had a single shot yet. We've had the possession lead slightly. Now it's back in their favor, but we've done nothing so far. Which, I mean, we're just coming off of a 4-0 drubbing. So I'd hope we'd be playing better than this. We were playing amazingly in that last game, but maybe I need Balo. So he might be quick to come in. We're not even creating chances for Kai, so I can't really blame him right now, but if we start creating some chances and he misses them, Balo will come in. As Douglas puts in a cross, looking for Zigrovic, and he hits the woodwork, and it doesn't get put in by Kai. I thought Kai was going to put that in easily, but I think the defender blocked it. So close to a goal there with our first shot. Ferreira is already tired. He must be injured. Yeah, he's taking a knock. Pulled groin. Ooh, that's not good. I'll take him off at halftime. He hasn't played well either, so I'm not too worried about taking him off. I'm going to say I'm not happy. They've not been good enough. Arias, you've not been good enough. Neither has Sousa. Neither has Veridiano. None of the players that are apprehensive have played well. I'm telling them there's a lot more to come from them. It didn't seem to get any result. I'm going to take off Ferreira. He's on a yellow as well, so I'll bring on McFarlane. Actually, I'm going to move Zigrovic back. And I'm going to play him as... What is he best at there? Deep line playmaker, probably. Deep line playmaker on defend. Then I'm going to bring in Marius Olaru. He should be pretty good. He's played all right, but he's just not been as good as Zigrovic has been. So I've gone with Zigrovic, but I'm going to bring him in this time. I think he's our best option. I'm not too sold on McFarlane. He's old and slow and doesn't have a whole lot left in the tank. He's been at the club a long time, but as Miniconi gets injured as well, bruised ankle, though, I'm not too worried about having to pull him. They almost score a free kick. It looks like Messalongas saved. I thought it just hit the woodwork, but Messalongas made a nice save. I don't know if it was going on target, but good save nonetheless. They look to put in the corner. They have absolutely dominated us so far. I'm actually going to change this from attacking because we've just not been good enough. We've actually kind of piled on a little bit recently. We've got a couple of more shots. But I'm going to go on cautious because they've been the better team. So, yeah, we've not played well. Our average ratings are absolutely terrible, except for Alexander Douglas. Miniconi, he's not played well. Walking is awful. He's terrible. 6.1. Are you kidding me? Bring in Balo. As Miniconi gets injured. That is awful. Luckily, Jorge Perez is a good backup, but Miniconi was in such good form. And Balo's going to be my last sub. That's unfortunate. It's just a bruised ankle, though, so hopefully he should be fine. I think I'm just going to accept a 0-0. I'm not going to be too worried if we don't get the result here, if we don't get a win, because Hull are a very good team. A draw with them is not a terrible result, even though we are at home, so we probably should be winning at home. I'm kind of worried about our away leg against them now, because this is how bad we look at home, how bad are we going to look at their place? Might be able to sneak out a goal here. Alexander Douglas with the ball. He's the danger man. Might find a ball in for Balo. He does. It's actually Olaru, but it makes a nice save from the goalkeeper. Olaru comes very close to scoring a goal, making the substitution a good one, but not quite. We have not been very good. Only 4 shots. That's the least we've had all season long by a large margin. I think our second lowest was like 8, and that was against the League 2, whatever the team was, League 2 Rotherham. Balo came in and did not play well either. No one played well other than Douglas, and Sousa ended up having a good game. He had a pretty bad rating at the start too, so Sousa ends up being the man of the match for us, not for them. I'm guessing they had a better performer than that. And equally good, Yule had a 7.3, so 2 guys on an even rating. They had more players with over 7s than we did. Their defense played well. I guess we had more shots on target. We had more XG. I don't know, maybe we slightly edged it, but terrible from Kai. I'm going to say you're not good enough. That's the sort of match we should be winning. At home, we should be winning that match. This next match, we should be absolutely throttling. Who are we playing? Cardiff. Yeah, Cardiff. We should be absolutely throttling them. Miniconi is out for 1 to 3 days, yeah. I didn't think it'd be that serious. It's a bruised freaking ankle. I don't know why you had to come out with a bruised ankle. How big of a sissy are you? Alright, I'll see you for the Cardiff game. 3 days. I'll see you in 3 days. We are here on the day of the Cardiff game. We've had to make a couple changes. Veridiano is suspended for this game, so Ross Jack Monroe comes in at right back. Neen Gabo comes on the bench as the emergency right back, so he can kind of play there. He's better at right wing back. Is he left-footed? He is left-footed, so he's an inverted wing back. I didn't even realize that. That's not great. Do we have anyone else that can play right back? Can you play right back? You're left-footed as well. Great. We have no options then. I guess we're going to have to go with an inverted wing back if we don't have... You can kind of play right back, even though you're also left-footed. What about... No, you can't play center back. Ferreira, can you play... Nope, you're left-footed. Well, you're right-footed, but you play left back a little bit. So that's interesting. What about Gary McFarlane? You can kind of play right back, but you have 3 crossing, and you have 10 pace. So I don't think I'm going to be playing him at right back. I guess Neen Gabo is going to be my inverted wing back. We had to drop out Diop because he's a little bit tired, and Miniconi's not quite fully back from his injury, so he's a little bit tired. So Perez comes in and Olaru comes in. I think this Olaru for Diop is a pretty even swap. Diop is a little bit better, but Olaru is a good player, so I trust him. He's been in equal form to Diop, so I don't think we're really getting worse. I had another tough decision between Kai and Balo, but I want Kai to get in a good run of form. So we're playing a bad team. This is his chance to score a few goals, so... Gonna give him a shot. Again, if he sucks again, then I'll bring in Balo. I'm actually gonna discipline him for that last game. I'm gonna issue him a warning. It's a little bit too late now, but give him an official warning. 6.1 is absolutely horrific. But let's get in this game. We should be smashing Cardiff. I'm gonna say I fully expect you to keep our run going and win this match. A lot of them are responding. We're getting a lot more responses now. And let's get in the match. We actually we're playing our 4-3-3. I've been considering going to the 4-2-3-1, but we're unbeaten still. We're the only unbeaten team in the championship. They're also playing a 4-3-3. So it feels wrong to try to chop and change things when we're like I said, we're unbeaten. But we've just not been clinical enough. I think it's just our players too. I don't think it's anything wrong with the tactic or the formation. I think just our players are not being clinical enough. Let's get into this game, see what we can do. We should be able to be a lot better than last match. I'm hoping for more than 4 shots. Hoping for, equal to what we've been doing, which has been like 15 to 20 shots. We get an early shot there, but Wood's going to save it. Ball bounced around in the penalty area for so long. He eventually makes the save. Only have 1 official shot, and it wasn't on target, apparently. I guess there's more deflections off our other players instead of shots, but... We've gotten off to a much better start to this game than we have last game. We're already on 7 shots. Yeah, already have more XG than we had all of last game in the first 20 minutes. Now I just need Watkins Jones to be able to find the back of the net. We already have 1 XG and we don't have a goal. That's not ideal. I'm going to demand more from the team because they have to be more clinical. This team has to be more clinical. It's going to severely hurt them at some point. It hasn't yet. I mean, we've only had draws. We've been able to get out without any losses, but we are going to start losing games very soon if we don't start finding the back of the net. Bad teams are going to be beating us because we're not clinical, and they're going to be playing defensively. Walking Jones, again, puts it wide. Should have scored that header. Should have at least put that header on target. I'm not happy. Very not happy. Ferrer and Sousa are nervous, whatever. Walking Jones, I'm going to visually tell you, I'm disappointed in your quality of finishing. I don't know how he's on a 6.8. They have 1xG, 16 shots, and he's not found the net yet. Perez supposedly had a bad game. I don't have really many options. I've got Miniconi on the bench. He's a little bit tired, but Quintero can play left wing, but he's left-footed. I'd really prefer to have an inverted player there. Could play him as a winger, but I might actually do that. What do I do? We need to change something. Walking Jones is coming off. Balo's coming in. That's the change I'm going to make right now. Walking Jones is just terrible. He's so bad in front of goal. He's great at everything. He's great at creating chances and shooting. He's just not good at putting the shot between the two sticks. You know, the place where the ball's supposed to go. He can't do that. He's good at putting it wide, but he can't put it between the two sticks and below the other one. He's just not incapable of doing it. All right, I'm going to take off Perez. I'm going to bring on Miniconi. He's a little bit tired, but he's the better player. I'm also going to take off Alaru. Move Zigrovic over. Bring on Diop. Confirm those changes. I'm going to berate the team because we should be doing so much better. We have so many freaking shots. So many shots on target. Not as many as should be, really. We should have like double-digit shots on target, but we've got plenty of shots on target. Enough shots on target to have a goal. We've got a chance here with Alexander Douglas, and he has been the one, that has been the only one, really, that's been clinical in front of goals. Alexander Douglas. He finds the back of the net, and we go 1-0 up. It took 82 minutes, but we finally found a goal against what should be the worst team in the league. They have the lowest wage spend. Usually wage spend is pretty equal to talent level, so this should be one of the worst teams in the league. They're not very many points off of the bottom. I'm going to switch to positive. I still want to hold on to the ball. I don't know what's happening here. Taking a free kick. Zigrovic out to Alexander Douglas. It might take Alexander Douglas just being superhuman to get us a bunch of wins this season, because what it's taken so far. I'm going to start time wasting. Going to lower the tempo. Go to shorter passing. Go extremely wide. Regroup, hold shape. I'm just going full defensive. Drop this down a tick. Turn off the offside trap. I don't trust this team playing the way they are to not concede. I mean, they've been pretty good defensively, so I can't really complain how they've been defensively, but I just want to see this game out. We've not been good. We just need to see this game out and get to the end. Miniconi's injured again. It doesn't say I don't think it says he's injury prone, but he gets injured a freaking lot. He's gotten injured like every time he's played. I'm going to say, we've got away with that out there. You are poor. You need to be much better when it comes up against better sides. I don't know what I'm going to do with Kai. He's just so, he just lacks that clinical edge so much. It's unbelievable how many shots that guy misses. Miniconi only on 1 to 2 days. 14 unbeaten. I'm complaining quite a bit, but we are 14 unbeaten. I need to kind of realize that. This has still been a good run. We're just not performing up to what my expectations are. We're putting so many shots. How many shots on target did we have that game? We had about 10 shots on target, about 20 shots. Let's see if it's going to show me. 27 shots, 9 shots on target, and we scored 1 goal. That is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Jorge Perez, can I give him a warning? Yes. You're getting a warning. Kai, I'm going to talk to you. Criticize your recent form. Can I say you've not been good enough in front of goal? I don't want to say you haven't been scoring. I say you've been giving away too many good chances. Disappointed with your recent form. His recent form is not bad. He's been on a 6.8. I just want to say he's not been putting away the chances he's supposed to have. No, there's nothing I can say. I'm just not going to say anything. I don't want to complain about him not being able to score goals because he scored one like 2 games ago. Yeah, scored a goal against Portsmouth. So he was on a pretty good form here, scoring a goal or assist every single game. But the last 2 games, he's just been bad. Ever since he didn't start against Coventry, he's just been bad, straight bad. So I don't know what to do with Kai. I don't know what to do to make this team more clinical. I'm trying to work the ball into the box. I don't know what else I can do. Like working the ball, I guess maybe taking off passing to space. I don't know if that's kind of harming us. Maybe slowing up down the tempo a little bit. I don't really want to change the way we play though, because like I said, we're 14 unbeaten. So I don't know what I need to do. I'll think about it over the next break I've got until our next episode. I think I'm going to come back for Crystal Palace, Sunderland, 2 historically Premier League squads that are struggling in the championship. Sunderland in 18th place, so they're not doing very well. Crystal Palace are in 7th, so they're doing pretty good. So another game against a good team and a bad team. We've not been able to beat bad teams very well, so also not really been able to beat good teams, so we'll see. Yeah, I'll come back for those games. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. Links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.